Okay, North Wind and the Sun. The North Wind and the Sun were disputing which was the stronger when a traveller came along wrapped in a warm cloak. They agreed that the one who first succeeded in making the traveller take his cloak off should be considered stronger than the other. Then the North Wind blew as hard as he could, but the more he blew, the more closely did the traveller fold his cloak around him. And at last the North Wind gave up the attempt. Then the sun shined out warmly, and immediately the traveller took off his cloak. So the North Wind was obliged to confess that the sun was the stronger of the two. Oh yeah, okay. Bedok. Bedok is an estate within Singapore's East Region. It is bounded by the Siglap Canal, Marine Parade Road, Still Road, Jalan Eunos, Eunos Link, and Airport Road to the west, the Paya Lebar Airport boundary to the north, and Bedok Canal to the east. Bedok sounds like the Malay word for drum, a possible reference to its use at the mosque to announce prayer time to the faithful. Covering a total area of approximately 2,157 hectares, Bedok comprises 8 subzones, namely Kaki Bukit, Bedok Reservoir, Kembangan, Bedok North, Frankel, Bedok South, Siglap, and Bayshore. Constant upgrading and rejuvenation since the 1970s have transformed Bedok into a bustling town. Bedok is derived from the Malay word for drum, which is spelled Bedo with the H pronounced like K. The drum was used in pre-loudspeaker days at the mosque to sound out a call to Muslims for prayer time, and to convey to nearby villages important announcements or messages. Bedok could also refer to small fishing boats called biduk, which used to be found along the coastline. Bedok occupies the area designated as Mukim 27. The area was originally known as Tanah Merah Kecil. The reference to Bedok River as Sungai Bodo in De Eridia's 1604 map of Singapore suggests Bedok to be an old place name. The first comprehensive map of Singapore, completed by Franklin and Jackson during the time of Sir Stamford Raffles, also indicates the presence of a river, Sungai Badok, around the small red cliff. On the outskirts of Bedok, at Jalan Sempadan, is the cemetery where Rio and Bornean peoples have settled in the district were buried in pre-Raffles days. Under the East Coast Reclamation Scheme Phase 1, part of Bedok was reclaimed in 1966. Bedok was also part of the massive development of East Coast announced in August 1971. By March 1976, the Housing and Development Board had built 4,600 units of flats in the area. By 1994, when the Bedok Development Guide Plan was announced, Bedok was already a popular and established residential area with many leisure facilities. Under this plan, another 16,500 housing units were scheduled to be built to cater to Bedok's population growth. Under the Draft Master Plan 2013 for Bedok, the estate will be revitalized with a new hawker center and town plaza, as well as integrated complex comprising a community club, sports facilities, a library, and a polyclinic. A population trends report released by the Department of Statistics reviewed Bedok as having the largest number of residents at 294,100 as at 2013. Marsiling. Marsiling Road is a two-way street that links Woodlands Centre Road and Riverside Road. Marsiling Road was named after the residence of wealthy merchant Lim Nee Soon, Marsiling Villa. Marsiling is derived from Maxi Village, Lim's northern border with Malaysia. Marsiling was one of the shooting locations for the 1983 Mandarin drama series by the Singapore Broadcasting Corporation. Schools along Marsiling Road include Woodlands Secondary School and Marsiling Secondary School. The Sri Siva Krishna Temple is located at the intersection of Marsiling Road and Marsiling Rise. In the latter half of the 20th century, Marsiling Road underwent massive development. On 30th November 1962, the People's Free Viewing. In June 1981, the Housing and Development Board blocks located along Marsiling Drive, a lane connected to Marsiling Road, became the first in Singapore to have new coloured signages bearing the block number, road name, and postal code. More developments sprang up following the opening of the Marsiling Mass Rapid Transit Station in 1996. The Marsiling Station is part of the North-South Line. Some of the HDB blocks of flats along Marsiling Drive feature shopping and recreational facilities in a bid to attract more Singaporeans to live in the developing estate. Existing flats and the surrounding landscape was spruced up through upgrading projects carried out by the HDB. In 1994, Marsiling residents opted in favour of the interim upgrading programme, choosing to upgrade their surroundings with covered walkways, amphitheatres, improved playgrounds, and tiled void decks. Recently, the HDB built two housing estates Straits Vista Marsiling and Marsiling Heights along Marsiling Road, which were ready in 2008 and 2014 respectively. Marsiling Road was one of the roads that motorists could use to access the former Woodlands checkpoint at the causeway via Woodlands Road. This function of Marsiling Road ceased to exist with the opening of the new Woodlands checkpoint in 1999. In 2008, the Immigration and Checkpoints Authority reopened the old Woodlands checkpoint for use by heavy vehicles to ease congestion. Marsiling Road thus became a key road again as motorists use it to access the old checkpoint via Woodlands Centre Road.